Okay, we're cleaning out the chicken run, and then inside we still need to put up roosting bars. We have a ton of pine shavings we can spread out when we're ready, and then install the door for getting in and out of this coop.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side, our fears are done.
So we're gonna measure, we're gonna do the roosting bars 2x4s that sit on brackets from one end to the other, and we're gonna do 2 of them.
Yep, that looks good. But what goes on there? We still not draw and
Oh,
color
bee's nest?
a few things in this. Do you want to do that on that?
Wasp nest or bee?
On the,
Oh, yeah. Yellow jacket.
there's a wasp hive
Yellow
right there.
jacket hive. Good job. And then it will just set on top of those brackets. That way we can pull it off, just like lift it up off the brackets and wash it because it's gonna get pooped on. So. So we decided to make the first roosting bar the same level as the nesting box, but it's about 2.5 feet off of the ground will be the first one. Okay, while Nate's trying to assemble the roosting bars, I think we're gonna go ahead and decide where we're gonna be putting the door. Most likely in this corner over here. It says to, when installing this type of thing, to trace along the inside of the door and then cut out that area and then tighten it on only using a screwdriver so it doesn't bend it. So maybe we'll go ahead and kind of see where we want to place it, trace that outline, and then cut out that piece. Kind of nervous to cut this wall. We've got it looking so nice, but I hope we make the measurements right. So those roosting bars look amazing. I'm super excited. So anytime we want to clean under them, we can just lift them out. If we want to clean the actual board or just replace it altogether, we can just lift it out. Super easy. So now Nate's gonna go ahead and try to install that door. I, on the other hand, want to get a garden row ready for potatoes. The potatoes have been needing to go in for quite a while. But as you know, we've been very busy with baby stuff, so we're just getting to it. So hopefully it's not too late for them to have a chance to succeed.
Middle of the road, it's just a feeling of a distant melody unknown. I was doing fine, I minded my own business till the day you took me home. You came into my life like a sweet embrace, swept me off my feet and made me whole again. You came in my life, I wanna see your face. Never will I be the same again.
All right, potatoes are in. Got 2 rows, one of red potatoes and Yukon Gold potatoes on the other side. So we got those covered up. I'm gonna go ahead and stake down the tubing and check that off our list. Something else that's exciting that we have got that we are going to get in place is some better water storage for watering animals and for emergencies. So we picked up these 2 large totes that we will connect to our downspout. We have all the rest of our downspouts shooting water out to the ditch, but we saved one to have water storage.
Well, my shoulders aren't too wide. I'm dressed like. Come on, come on, let's go! Again, 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 again.
So you drill it in a little bit and then hand tighten at the ends. So a few months ago, I mentioned how we applied to get a kit, an incubation kit from the Utah State Extension 4-H program, and we got in. And so they usually send these to local schools, but you can also apply if you do homeschooling. So this is the kit. It's actually kind of a styrofoam incubator, and they drop it off at your house a few days before they give you the eggs so that the incubator can heat up and get at the perfect humidity, which I didn't know that had to happen. And they also supply you with some chick food, water, and a little bit of pine shavings so that you can set up a place for your chicks to live once they hatch. And you can either sell your chicks, give them away, or you can keep them. I think we'll probably keep them. They just ask that if you sell them, you sell them for $2. So we have these chicks, which I don't even know what kind of chicks they are, and they could all be roosters. We don't know. But we also have our chicks that I ordered with specific breeds that I wanted, and mostly what my kids wanted. They did some research, and those will be coming here, I think the 2nd or 3rd week of May. And we ordered 15 chicks. So once we get all our chicks, and by then it'll be warm enough that they can just brood out in our chicken coop and won't have to be in our house. So we are finally getting chicks on our homestead. In order to set up the incubator, all we had to do was just pour in some distilled water at the bottom that will be used to add humidity to the machine. Put this little wire mat down, put the lid on, and plug it in. And so they said it would take a few days for it to build up to, I think they said at least 50% humidity and around 100 degrees. So we just let that sit there and get ready for the chicks. So we had somewhat of a rainy, chilly, cold day, and it was the perfect time for me to show you one of my very favorite things to make for lunch lately. I know that there are pregnancy cravings, but I feel like this is a postpartum craving that I've been having and making quite frequently throughout the week. So the recipe is just kind of something that I made up, and so I gathered some fresh herbs that we have growing in our herb garden, some parsley, and a little bit of thyme. I also picked just a few little bit of green onions from that have been growing from last year. So all of this I started from seed several years ago. Then I cut up an avocado and I slice up a tomato. If you're not an avocado person, you don't have to add that. And same with the herbs. If you don't want to add the herbs, you don't have to. I also like to add a little bit of greens to this, so I did pick some lettuce and some Swiss chard from that little garden as well. And I just chopped all those up super, super fine. Then I add 2 eggs to this bowl and whisk it up really well. And I have a few slices of some fresh homemade sourdough sandwich bread, so I don't usually make those beautiful artisan sourdough loaves like ever because one, they're kind of hard for kids to eat, and two, they're hard for them to make a sandwich on, and that's what we usually make them for. So I just have found this perfect sourdough sandwich loaf that we've been using. And all while I'm getting this ready, I have a cast iron skillet preheating. If you ever are using cast iron, you want it to be preheated and hot before you ever put something on it. Then I put a ton of butter on there. Don't be shy. Put some good butter on there. And put the eggs on and sprinkle on your herbs. Then add your loaves of bread like you're going to be folding them in half. I let that cook for a few minutes until the eggs are pretty solid and can be flipped over. And that's when you get to add the filling for your sandwich. So I just have some Colby Jack cheese. I throw on the tomatoes, throw on the avocado. Oh, and I also added salt and pepper to the eggs as well before putting them on. And once you let that sit and let it cook for a little bit until your bread is crispy, you can just fold it in half and then you have the most delicious sandwich, in my opinion, in the world. And the fresh herbs definitely add a great flavor to this. I enjoyed this while watching the rain fall, and it was so good. So we have about 3 chicks that have hatched, girls?
Yeah, 3.
3.
They're all right
Are they
here.
walking around? Oh, they're trying to
Yeah,
figure
that
out
egg
how
is
to
in the
walk.
way. That
Okay.
egg is still stuck to that little guy.
Oh, he hasn't walked around yet. I wonder
Yeah,
if
because he has.
Is he stuck to his egg?
Yeah, that's why he can't move because he's stuck to his egg.
Hopefully he figures that out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this little round thing as our brooder. I just sprayed it down. I'll dry it and then we'll add the supplies in it. So let's wash the food tray. We have a food tray already. Just rinse off, hang out together. And we might need a bigger brooder at that time. Okay, we're set up. Everything's ready. With the 4-H, they gave us a feeder and a water. This is our feeder and our heater, so we'll need to get a water. We don't have one. So we've got the heat plate going. We just plugged it in so that it'll be ready for when the chicks will be heating up. So when they are ready to go in.
It's so funny. These are like a bunch. One has yellow on it.